Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakkhulunmilitam jena Tasmai Śrī Gurave Namaha Śrī Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandham Śrī Gurun Śrī Yuta-pada-kamala Śrī Gurun Vaishnavamcha Śrī Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Deva Śrī Radha Kṛṣṇa Padam Sahagana Lalita Śrī Visakham Vitam Cha He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisavana Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sundubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Mādhavendra Purī ki jai. We changed it because today is the disappearance of Mādhavendra Purī Goswami, so we changed the subject. We were adjusting to that. So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Chapter 4. Shri Mādhavendra Purī's Devotional Service. Yasmai dātuṁ corayan kṣīra-bhāṇḍaṁ gopīnātha śrī-corābhidho bhūt śrī-gopāla prādurāsīd vaśaḥ san yat-premṇā tam mādhavendraṁ natosmi yasmai dātuṁ corayan kṣīra-bhāṇḍaṁ yasmai dātuṁ corayan kṣīra-bhāṇḍaṁ gopīnāthaḥ kṣīra-corābhidho bhūt gopīnāthaḥ kṣīra-corābhidho bhūt Śrī Gopāla prādurāsīd vaśaḥ Śrī Gopāla prādurāsīd vaśaḥ yat-premṇā madhuram mādhavendraṁ natosmi yat-premṇā mādhavendraṁ natosmi
Yasmai
Yasmai unto him, dātuṁ to deliver, corayan stealing, kṣīra-bhāṇḍaṁ the pot of sweet rice, Gopīnātha, Kṣīra-corā, stealer of a pot of sweet rice, Abhidha, celebrated, Bhūt, became, Śrī Gopāla, Śrī Gopāla Deity, prādurāsīd, appeared, vaśaḥ, captivated, son, being, yat-premṇā, by his love, tam, unto him, Mādhavendraṁ, Śrī Purī, who was in the Madhya Sampradaya. Nato asmi, I offer my respectful obeisances. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Śrī Gopīnātha Swami Śrī I offer my respectful obeisances unto Mādhavendra Purī, who was given a pot of sweet rice stolen by Śrī Gopīnātha, celebrated therefore as Kṣīra-corā. Being pleased by Mādhavendra Purī's love, Śrī Gopāla, the deity at Govardhana, appeared to the public vision. Little purport here. Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura annotates that this Gopāla deity was originally installed by Vajra, the great grandson of Kṛṣṇa. Mādhavendra Purī rediscovered Gopāla and established him on top of Govardhana Hill. This Gopāla deity is still situated at nato and is under the management of descendant of Acharya. The worship of the deity is very luxurious. One who goes there can purchase varieties of prasad by paying a small price. Is this still happening? Purchase some right? So what does this mean? What does this mean? What does it mean? Gopāla Deity. What does it mean? The deity is directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No difference. No difference. So when we come before the deity, we should know I'm standing before the Supreme Lord, one who knows everything about me. Even things I don't know about me, he knows. I am with this person. I should be fully fixed in our consciousness, our mind. The deity is not different from Kṛṣṇa. Directly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he knows everything. Then we can ask if it is true. The deity is directly the Supreme Lord, and he knows everything. If I steal his cloth and go away, what will he do to me? He won't do anything. Or if I break the hand of the deity, I have cut off Kṛṣṇa's hand. No. It may appear that you have taken Christian things and run away, and you are free. It may appear like that, but you're not free. Kṛṣṇa has already recorded it down. If you go to the street, or you go to a radio station and announce, I am the President of India, what will happen to you? What will happen? Immediately you will be arrested. But if you say, I am the Supreme God, Bhagavan, what will happen to you? You will have many disciples. So externally, it will look like, yeah, nothing happened to me. There's no God. I declare myself God. Nothing happened. But if I declare myself president, I'll be arrested. But when I say I'm God, I get worship. So it's all right. It is not all right. It is not. Because Śrī Gopīnātha told us there are 28 divisions of hell. Somebody asked the Prabhupada, Swamiji, suppose when you die and there is no hell, what will you do? We are speaking so much about hell, the heavy hell. Suppose there is no hell after death. And Prabhupada said, suppose there is hell, what will you do at that time? You cannot make alternative anymore at that time. You cannot. So Śrī Gopīnātha said there is a hell, 28 divisions. And one of these hell, there is a sugarcane machine. This sugarcane machine is meant for religious cheaters. You know what happened with the sugarcane machine? Huh? You'll be crushed in that machine, not for a few minutes, not for a few moments. Sugarcane goes for a few moments, but this machine in the hellish planet, it doesn't go for a few moments. It will go for the lifetime of Indra. But you'll not die because you're in a subtle body. You'll be able to tolerate the pain. So this machine is there for those who are cheating in the name of religion. So it may seem that the deity don't do anything to me, so he's not there. He is there. He will show us that he is there when we leave this body. Therefore, devotees are protected. Devotees are saved. Because we have the full conviction, we have the full knowledge. The scripture describes everything perfectly. In the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the last chapter, 26. Śrī Gopāla described this. So the deity is directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not ordinary person. So Mādhavendra Purī is showing us the importance of deity worship, how important deity worship is, what is on life. So we are coming before Radha Madhava. We should know I'm standing before the Supreme Person. Therefore, one should be very, very careful and very, very attentive. Very attentive. Especially the pujaris who are dealing with the deity directly. Extreme care is required. Because whatever offenses we make, it is recorded. I will pay for it. Text 2. All glory to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glory to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Prabhu, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. The Lord went to Jagannath Puri and visited Lord Jagannath's temple. He also met with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. All these pastimes have been very elaborately explained by Vrindavan Ṭhākura in his book, Chaitanya Bhagavat. By nature, all the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet. And when they are described by Vrindavan Ṭhākura, they become like a shower of nectar. Therefore, I very humbly submit that since this incident have already been nicely described by Srila Vrindavan Ṭhākura, I will be very proud to repeat the same thing, and this will not be very good. I do not have such powers. I am therefore presenting only a synopsis of those events already described elaborately by Srila Vrindavan Ṭhākura in his Chaitanya Mangala, now known as Chaitanya Bhagavat. Some of the incidents he did not describe elaborately, but only summarized, and this I shall try to describe in this book. I thus offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Vrindavan Ṭhākura. I hope that I will not offend his lotus feet by this action. Devotees are very humble by nature, and they have respect for everyone. Devotees doesn't write the book to show their scholarly nature, to prove, to defeat others. Now it is a humble service, therefore it must be pure. And for us to be pure, humility is required. It is an offering, it's a service. So there is a need for its purity. The purity of our services come from the humility. Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded toward Jagannath Puri with 4 of his devotees, and he chanted the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna mantra, with great eagerness. Each day, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went to a village and collected a great quantity of rice and other grains for the preparation of prasadam. There were many rivers on the way, and at each river there was a tax collector. They did not hinder the Lord, however, and he showed them mercy. Finally, he reached the village of Remuna. The deity of Gopīnātha in the temple at Remuna was very attractive. Lord Chaitanya visited the temple and offered his obeisances with great devotion. When Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his obeisances at the lotus feet of the Gopīnātha deity, the helmet of flowers on the head of Gopīnātha fell down and landed on the head of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When the deity's helmet fell upon his head, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very pleased, and thus he chanted and danced in various ways with his devotees. All the servants of the deity were struck with wonder due to Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intense love, his exquisite beauty, and his transcendental qualities. Because of their love for Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they saved him in many ways. And that night, the Lord stayed at the temple of Gopīnātha. The Lord remained there because he was very eager to receive the remnants of sutras offered to the Gopīnātha deity. Having heard the narration from his spiritual master, Ishvara Puri, of what had once happened there. That deity was known widely as Śrī Gopīnātha, And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told his devotees the story of how the deity became so famous. Formerly, the deity had stolen a pot of sweet rice from Mādhavendra Purī. Therefore, he became very famous as the Lord who stole the sweet rice. Once, Śrī Mādhavendra Purī traveled to Vrindavan, where he came upon the hill known as Govardhana. Mādhavendra Purī was almost mad in his ecstasy of love for Godhead, and he did not know whether it was day or night. Sometimes he stood up, and sometimes he fell to the ground. He could not discriminate whether he was in a proper place or not. After circumambulating the hill, Śrī Mādhavendra Purī went to Govardhana Hill and took his bath. He then sat beneath a tree to take his evening rest. While he was sitting beneath a tree, an unknown cowhead boy came with a pot of milk, placed it before Mādhavendra Purī, and smiling, addressed him as follows. "Oh, Mādhavendra Purī, please drink the milk I have brought. Why don't you beg some food to eat? What kind of meditation are you undergoing?" When he saw the beauty of that boy, Mādhavendra Purī became very satisfied. Hearing his sweet words, he forgot all hunger and thirst. In the Bible it is said, "The eye that sees gold shall die." And no Christians understand the meaning. It's in the Bible. No one Christian understands the meaning of that. The eye that sees Kṛṣṇa will die. Means what? This verse explains that. When he saw the beauty of that boy, what did he do? He saw Kṛṣṇa. And what happened? Huh? What is the word used? He forgot hunger and thirst. Means we are dead to material life. All pangs of material existence does not affect a devotee. Now you are a spiritually advanced person, a perfected soul. So the eye that sees God shall die. This is the proof. One cannot see Kṛṣṇa and remain the same person. But you are seeing deity every day. And we just said that the deity is not different from Kṛṣṇa. So what is happening? What is happening? The eye that sees Kṛṣṇa shall die. We are seeing Kṛṣṇa every day. Are you seeing Kṛṣṇa or not? Yes. Huh? Are you seeing Kṛṣṇa every day or you're not seeing? No. Are you seeing Kṛṣṇa every day or not seeing? No. We are not sure, right? The seeing is of different categories. To see has different levels. Every day we see marble. For some people, it's a marble we see. There's no feelings. I have said many times, and I will continue to say it because it's authorized. pujari who is serving the deities and there is no conversation, there is no interaction between them, is not a pujari. If you are dealing with the deities, there is no communication, you are not a pujari. Leave that service, take a different one. Because you are wasting your time. We are not dealing with marble, we are dealing with Kṛṣṇa directly, a person who has feelings. The deity is directly Kṛṣṇa with feelings, like all of us have feelings. It must be experienced. So we are wondering whether it is true we are seeing Kṛṣṇa or not. But pure devotee will talk with the deities. They will communicate. They will talk. So for a pure devotee, he is seeing Kṛṣṇa directly. For when he is seeing marble, that is different. That is different. But in theory, we should be convinced that we are dealing with the Supreme Personality of Godhead standing here directly for our benefit, to receive our services and gradually become purified, to come to the level we will see him directly and speak with him directly. Like you are talking with the person directly. That's direct. Mādhavendra Purī is on that level. He is traveling fully independent. Independence is only for pure devotees. A conditioned soul can never be independent. We can pretend to be. The only independent person is a pure devotee. Mādhavendra Purī is fully independent. Jat Bharat, fully independent. They have nothing disturb them. Nothing. Because they don't depend on anything. Fully independent. The pure devotee. Mādhavendra Purī, he traveled alone. He doesn't travel with anybody. A sannyasi should have servant. Mādhavendra Purī has no servant. Why is that? Why he traveled alone without servant? Do you see a servant with him here? Huh? No. Is he mentioned here? No. He travels alone. Why is he traveling alone? He does not want to hear anything except Kṛṣṇa. Yesterday we mentioned devotees are very, very intelligent. They plan their Kṛṣṇa consciousness, how to do their Kṛṣṇa consciousness. They plan it. Mādhavendra Purī planned his devotional service. He does not want any impediment, no nonsense. He talks to his ear. He doesn't hear anything except Kṛṣṇa. Therefore he traveled alone, fully independent. So nobody come and tell him about politics. Hare Krishna devotees are into politics. It means your devotion is not strong. If you have taste for material life, means our bhakti is low. Even as Hare Krishna devotees, it is mentioned here that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting his holy name intensely, which is mentioned yesterday. It is mentioned here today. We just read it now. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was practicing intensely bhakti. What does it mean? You are taking prasadam and discussing. Is that intense? You are taking prasadam and talking. Is that intense? Huh? It's an offense. That is prasadam aparad. You are chanting and answering phone call. You are chanting and discussing in the middle of japa. You are chanting and planning your day's activity. What is that? Intense? Is that intense? Apparatus. All apparatus. Mādhavendra Purī said, "Who are you? Where do you reside? And how did you know that I was fasting?" The boy replied, "Sir, I am a cowhead boy, and I reside in this village. In my village, no one fasts." Which village Kṛṣṇa is talking? Vrindavan. Vrindavan, every day is Janmashtami. Every day is Janmashtami. In this village, a person can beg food from others and does eat. Some people drink only milk. But if a person does not ask anyone for food, I supply him all his eatables. Which verse is that in Bhagavad Gita? Do we agree? Do we believe it? We believe? Kṛṣṇa said here, if I see that nobody is begging food to eat and simply chanting my name, I will do what? Supply all his eatables. This is Kṛṣṇa's promise. I will supply. Now, in many Hare Krishna temples, Srila Prabhupada specifically introduced, he wrote a letter, Prabhupada wrote a letter, temple president, all temples should have what? The prasadam distribution. Now devotees are too money conscious, forgetting bhakti, which is faithlessness. It is faithlessness. No faith. We don't believe Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we are changing Srila Prabhupada's movement. He wrote a letter personally and signed. And he concluded the letter, deals should take place now. Oh. So Kṛṣṇa said, I will supply. Kṛṣṇa will supply. He's not doing it. Is Kṛṣṇa not doing it? Huh? Kṛṣṇa is doing. In my country, our temples don't have much finances like you get here. But every month, you see the expenses that is made in the temple. Where does the money come from? And no devotee is worried, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow? How are we going to eat tomorrow? That fear does not exist in the heart of the devotees. It doesn't exist. That is Africa. But you have a lot of well-wishers and support. Still, you are afraid of poverty. You're worried about poverty, not worried about how to please Kṛṣṇa. We are worried about money. It is faithlessness. But Kṛṣṇa said, I will supply. I will supply. What is the last verse in Bhagavad Gita? I just want it carefully, word by line by line. Say it line by line. Let me hear. Line by line. Yes, what is the meaning? Whatever there is, Kṛṣṇa, the master of all. Then, next one. Yes. Whatever there is. Whatever there is. Arjuna. What happened? Śrī, Vijay, and when there is Kṛṣṇa and a devotee, what happened in that place? Miracle. Is it not? When there is Kṛṣṇa and a devotee, what happens? Miracle will take place. So Kṛṣṇa is there, where is the devotee? That is the problem. Kṛṣṇa is going to tell lie. Sorry. Is it lie? Is it lie or truth? Is it lie or truth? You sure? Okay, listen. The women who came here to take what I saw you, and they supplied me with this milk and sent me to you. Is it true? No. Is it true? Is it true or is it not true? So Kṛṣṇa can tell lie or Kṛṣṇa cannot tell lie? Huh? Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. Both. Kṛṣṇa can tell lie. Why? If anything is missing in Kṛṣṇa, is it complete? No. So Kṛṣṇa is complete means what? Everything is there. Everything. If you remove something from Kṛṣṇa, is it Kṛṣṇa? Is something missing? It means not complete. So Kṛṣṇa is complete means everything you can imagine or unimagined is there in Kṛṣṇa. That makes him a complete and perfect person. That's Kṛṣṇa. So he's different from us. He's different from us. The boy continued, I must go very soon to milk the cows, but I shall return and take back this milk pot from you. Saying this, the boy left the place. Indeed, he suddenly could be seen no more. And Mādhavendra Purī's heart was filled with wonder. After drinking the milk, Śrī Mādhavendra Purī washed the pot and put it aside. He looked towards the pot, but the boy never returned. Mādhavendra Purī could not sleep. He sat and chanted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and at the end of the night, he dozed a little, and his external activities stopped. In a dream, Mādhavendra Purī saw the very same boy. The boy came before him and, holding his hand, took him to a bush in the jungle. The boy showed Mādhavendra Purī the bush and said, I reside in this bush, and because of this I suffer very much from severe cold, rain showers, winds, and scorching heat. Please bring the people of the village and get them to take me out of this bush. Then have them situate me nicely on top of the hill. Please construct a temple on top of that hill, the boy continued, and install me in that temple. After this, wash me with large quantities of cold water, so that my body may be cleansed. For many days I have been observing you, and I have been wondering, when will Mādhavendra Purī come here to serve me? I have accepted your service due to your ecstatic love for me. Thus I shall appear, and by my audience all fallen souls will be delivered. My name is Gopāla. I am the lifter of Govardhana Hill. I was installed by Vajra, and here I am the authority. When the Muslims attacked the priest who was serving me, hid me in this bush in the temple, then he ran away out of fear of the attack. Since the priest went away, I have been staying in this bush. It is very good that you have come here. Now, just remove me with care. After saying this, the boy disappeared. Then Mādhavendra Purī woke up and began to consider his dream. Mādhavendra Purī began to lament. I saw Lord Kṛṣṇa directly, but I could not recognize him. Thus he fell down on the ground in ecstatic love. Mādhavendra Purī cried for some time, but then he fixed his mind on executing the order of Gopāla. Thus he became tranquil. After taking his morning bath, Mādhavendra Purī entered the village and assembled all the people. Then he spoke as follows. The proprietor of this village, Govardhana Hill, is lying in the bushes. Let us go there and rescue him from that place. The bushes are very dense, and we shall not be able to enter the jungle. Therefore, take choppers and spades to clear the way. After hearing this, all the people accompanied Mādhavendra Purī with great pleasure. According to his directions, they cut down bushes, cleared the path, and entered the jungle. When they saw the deity covered with dirt and grass, they were all struck with wonder and pleasure. After they had cleansed the body of the deity, some of them said, "The deity is very heavy. No single person can move him." Since the deity was very heavy, some of the stronger men assembled to carry him to the top of the hill. Mādhavendra Purī also went there. A big stone was made into a throne, and the deity was installed upon it. Another big stone was placed behind the deity for support. All the Brahmana priests of the village gathered together with 9 water pots, and water from Govinda Kund lake was brought there and filtered. When the deity was being installed, 900 pots of water were brought from Govinda Kund. There were musical sound of bugles and drums and the singing of women. During the festival at the installation ceremony, some people sang and some danced. All the milk, yogurt, and clarified butter in the village was brought to the festival. Various foods and sweet meats, as well as other kinds of presentations, were brought there. I am unable to describe all this. The villagers brought a large quantity of tulsi leaves, flowers, and various kinds of garments. When Śrī Mādhavendra Purī personally began the Abhishek bathing ceremony. After all, in inauspicious things were driven away by the chanting of the mantra. The deity's bathing ceremony started. First, the deity was massaged with a large quantity of oil so that his body became very glossy. After the first bathing, further bathings were conducted with pancha gavya and then with the panchamrit. Then the mahasnan was performed with ghee and water, which had been brought in 100 pots. After the mahasnan was finished, the deity was again massaged with the scented oil, and his body made glossy. Then the last bathing ceremony was performed with scented water kept within a conch shell. After the body of the deity was cleansed, he was dressed very nicely with a new garment. Then sandalwood pulp, tulasi garlands, and other fragrant flower garlands were placed upon the body of the deity. After the bathing ceremony was finished, incense and lamps were burned, and all kinds of food offered before the deity. These foods included yogurt, milk, and as many sweetmeats as were received. The deity was first offered many varieties of food, then scented drinking water in new pots, and then water for washing the mouth. Finally, pan mixed with a variety of spices was offered. After the last offering of tambul and pan, Bhoga Arati was performed. Finally, everyone offered various prayers and then obeisances, falling flat before the deity in full surrender. As soon as the people of the village had understood that the deity was going to be installed, they had brought their desired entire stock of rice, dal, and wheat flour. They brought such large quantities that the entire surface of the top of the hill was filled. When the villagers brought their stock of rice, dal, and flour, the potters of the village brought all kinds of cooking pots, and in the morning the cooking began. 10 brahmanas cooked the food grains, and 5 brahmanas cooked both dry and liquid vegetables. Are you ready for the feast? Are you enjoying? Are you feasting? Enjoy, participate in the feast. Yes. The vegetable preparations were made from various kinds of spinach, roots, and fruits collected from the forest. And someone had made padha and badi by smashing dal. In this way, the brahmanas prepared all kinds of foods. 5 to 7 men had prepared a large quantity of chapatis, which were sufficiently covered with ghee, clarified butter, as well as the vegetables, rice, and dal. All the cooked rice was stacked on palasa leaves, which were on new cloth spread over the ground. Around the stack of cooked rice were stacks of chapatis, and all the vegetables and liquid vegetable preparations were placed in different pots and put around them. The hill of rice is there all around. Yes, stack of chapatis, pot of yogurt, milk, buttermilk, and sikarani. Who knows how to make sikarani? Who knows how to make sikarani? Sikarani. Who knows how to make it? Not srikan. It's not srikan. Sikarani. Look at the word there. Sikarani. Who knows it? It means you have not eaten it.
Cane juice, good and the yogurt.
Huh?
Cane juice, agree and you.
Oh, very good. Only one person knows. Thank you. So make it on Gopīnātha. New preparations, our festival. It's new preparation. Yes. Of course, Tejaswini Radhika Mataji knows to make. So 2 persons here know how to make. See how you're fortunate? You have everything. Very, very nice. This is life. This is life. Festival is our recreation. This is our recreation. We don't have to go to parks. You don't have to go anywhere. This is our recreation. So, Gopīnātha. Only how many days? 2 days? Yeah, so get it. Not difficult. Special Guru Purnima 2020. Yes. Very nice. Yes. Śrī Rupa Goswami described his usual Dhira Damodara. That is where Rupa Goswami described Sikarani. That's why I got to know. Yes. Pot of yogurt, milk, buttermilk, and sikarani, sweet rice, cream, and solid cream we place all alongside the vegetables. In this way, the Annakut ceremony was performed, and Śrī Mādhavendra Purī Goswami personally offered everything to Gopāla. Many water pots were filled with the scented water for drinking, and was Śrī Gopāla, who had been hungry for many days, ate everything offered to him. Śrī Gopāla ki. Although Śrī Gopāla ate everything offered, still, by the touch of his transcendental hand, everything remained as before. This is the costless mercy of the Lord. So devotees, you don't have fear. If I give myself completely to Kṛṣṇa, what will happen to us? Don't worry about that. You will never miss anything. Kṛṣṇa is showing that every day. It is not our food Kṛṣṇa is eating. What Kṛṣṇa simply uses us to cook for ourselves. He simply removed the sins and gave back to us prasadam. Get this and be blessed. So what is the fear? Why fear? No insecurity in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Everything Kṛṣṇa take care. How Gopāla ate everything while the food remained the same was transcendentally perceived by Mādhavendra Purī Goswami. Nothing remains a secret to the devotees of the Lord. The wonderful festival and installation of Śrī Gopāla was arranged in one day. Certainly all this was accomplished by the potency of Gopāla. No one but a devotee can understand this. Śrī Mādhavendra Purī offered water to Gopāla for washing his mouth, and he gave him betel nut to chew. Then, while Arati was performed, all the people chanted, Jai! Jai! All glories to Gopāla. Arranging for the Lord's rest, Śrī Mādhavendra Purī brought a new coat, and over this he spread a new bedspread, and thus made the bed ready. A temporary temple was constructed by covering the bed all around with a straw mattress. There was a bed and a straw mattress to cover it. After the Lord was laid down to rest on the bed, Mādhavendra Purī gathered all the Brahmanas who had prepared the prasadam and said to them, "Now feed everyone sumptuously, from the children on up to the aged." Begin from to Are we going to follow that? Are we going to follow that? Are we going to follow that? Huh? Say yes? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It's difficult? Huh? No. Not difficult. If it is not difficult, why we don't do it? All the people gathered there sat down to honor the prasadam, and by and by they took food. All the Brahmanas and their wives were fed first. It is said here, all the people gathered there sat down to do what? To do what? To honor means what? Respect. So when you talk on prasadam, that's respect? When you talk on prasadam, over prasadam, is that respect? Is that honor? Show respect. We should appreciate what Kṛṣṇa is doing. We should appreciate what we have. If we don't appreciate what we have, we will not make much advancement. What is available will not be revealed to us. It will be covered. It is being covered. It is not Kṛṣṇa's doing. It is our own doing, because you don't appreciate what is available. So much is not revealed. Those who took prasadam included not only the people of Govardhana village, but also those who came from other villages. They also saw the deity of Gopāla and were offered prasadam to eat. Seeing the influence of Mādhavendra Purī, all the people gathered there were struck with wonder. They saw that the annotates ceremony, which had been performed before during the time of Kṛṣṇa, was now taking place again by the mercy of Śrī Mādhavendra Purī Goswami. All the Brahmanas present on that occasion were initiated by Śrī Mādhavendra Purī into the Vaśaḥ cult. And Mādhavendra Purī engaged them in different types of service. After taking rest, the deity must be awakened at the end of the day, and immediately some food and some water must be offered to him. When it was advertised throughout the country that Lord Gopāla had appeared atop Govardhana Hill, all the people from neighboring villages came to see the deity. One village after another was pleased to beg Mādhavendra Purī to allot them one day to perform the annotates ceremony. Thus, day after day, the annotates ceremony was performed for some time. Śrī Mādhavendra Purī did not eat anything throughout the day, but at night, after laying the deity down to rest, he took a milk preparation. The next morning, the rendering of service to the deity began again, and people from one village arrived with all kinds of food grains. The inhabitants of the village brought to the deity of Gopāla as much food grains, ghee, yogurt, and milk as they had in their village. The next day, almost as before, there was an annotates ceremony. All the Brahmanas prepared foods, and Gopāla accepted them. The ideal place to execute Kṛṣṇa consciousness is where the people are inclined to love Kṛṣṇa, and Kṛṣṇa inclined to love them. What is that? Reciprocation. You cannot serve Kṛṣṇa and remain empty. You cannot serve Kṛṣṇa and remain empty. Kṛṣṇa always reciprocates. So why should a devotee be in anxiety? It's unnecessary. 100% unnecessary. A devotee of Kṛṣṇa cannot be in anxiety, material anxiety. Spiritual anxiety is okay, but not material anxiety. It's unnecessary. He said the same thing in Bhagavad Gita, 6:30. What is 6:30? Bhagavad Gita 6:30, listen. $6.80. Yes. Yes. That is Kṛṣṇa's nature. It cannot be changed. That is his nature. Constitution. Kṛṣṇa is constituted. Just like we are Jiva, we are also constituted to be eternally servant. Kṛṣṇa is constituted eternally as the supreme. That is his nature. We cannot be lost to Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is not lost to us. Always together. It's a connection. Kṛṣṇa's devotees are connected eternally with Kṛṣṇa. It's connection. So we should know how to be connected with Kṛṣṇa. Throngs of people came from different villages to see the deity of Gopāla, and they took Mahaprasadam sumptuously. When they saw the super excellent form of Lord Gopāla, all their lamentation and unhappiness disappeared. One who sees Kṛṣṇa shall die. When they saw Gopāla Deity, what happened? All their lamentations and unhappiness disappeared. So, if that is not happening to us, it means what? We are not in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Anyone who is in Kṛṣṇa consciousness must have this experience. It is not just theory, it is a practical thing. Just like when you eat, your belly will be full. So we want to take to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, we have all this experience. This is natural, and we should experience it. All the villages in neighboring Vrindavan became aware of the appearance of Gopāla, and all the people from these villages came to see him. Day after day, they all performed the Annakut ceremony. In this way, not only the neighboring villages, but all the other provinces came to know of Gopāla's appearance. Those people came from all over, bringing a variety of presentations. The people of Mathura, who were very big capitalists, also brought various presentations and offered them before the deity in devotional service. Those countless presentations of gold, silver, garments, scented articles, and eatables arrived. The store of Gopāla increased daily. One very rich Kshatriya of the royal order constructed the temple. Someone made cooking utensils, and someone constructed boundary walls. Each and every small family residing in the land of Brajabhumi contributed one cow. In this way, thousands of cows became the property of Gopāla. Eventually, 2 brahmanas in the renounced order arrived from Bengal. Mādhavendra Purī, who liked them very much, kept them in Vrindavan and gave them all kinds of comfort. These 2 were then initiated by Mādhavendra Purī, and he entrusted them with the daily service of the Lord. This service was performed continuously, and the worship of the deity became very gorgeous. The Mādhavendra Purī was very pleased. In this way, the deity worship in the temple was very gorgeously performed for 2 years. Then one day, Mādhavendra Purī had a dream. Hare Krishna. We'll continue in the evening. Any question or comment? Sure, you go. We have 4 minutes. Yes, bro. Behind you there.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, thank you so much for telling about the deity, that how deity is Kṛṣṇa himself directly. Now sometimes conditioned soul mentality, as you were mentioning, that sometimes somebody steals some cloth of deity or ornaments of deity and he thinks he's getting over. So how to make this person understand the grave consequence of his deeds?
Can you repeat?
Like somebody is stealing deity's clothes or ornaments or doing some misbehavior. So how to make this person understand the grave consequences of his deeds?
By hearing the danger, how dangerous it is to do that. It's by hearing we will understand that it's very dangerous to do that. We should hear. Without hearing, we cannot understand anything. And now we will hear, only have good association. So association is very important. In this association, we'll be able to know exactly the things we should do, the things we shouldn't do, and the reason why we shouldn't do certain things, the reason why we should do certain things. By good association, we'll hear. This is our security, to always hear.
One more thing, Maharaj. I just wanted to know why the deity behaves like this, so that...
Okay. Yesterday, we mentioned that the Lord likes to hide himself. You see what he's doing? The Lord likes to hide himself. His pure devotees also do the same thing. So why did they do that? They do that so they will benefit sincere devotees and cheat the cheaters. If Kṛṣṇa the deity just jump out to the temple room and say, see, I'm the Supreme Lord, now you ask me what to do, everybody will offer obeisances and surrender Kṛṣṇa. Because everybody will say, oh yeah, this is God. Now I believe that is God. But you're standing there peacefully. So who will understand he is God? Only very few people who are devotees will understand. It is mentioned here. Only the devotees understood Kṛṣṇa. So that is the way Kṛṣṇa does his thing, to benefit the devotees who are very sincere and to cheat those who are cheaters. Vaishnavas do the same thing. Pure devotees also do the same thing. So someone wants to see God before he believes. How will you see God? You don't know who is God. How will you see God? How will you know? How will you know? How will you see God? One journalist asked the Prophet, can you show me God? Prophet said, this is foolishness. If I show you God, will you understand? Will you know He's God? And if I'm seeing God, how will you know? If I'm seeing, if I say yes or I say no, what will you get from it? Except you yourself have the qualification, then you can see. See, it's better for us to become devotee, then you can understand.
One more, just like Prabhupada writes in the one book, I don't remember, that sometimes some people they think that they destroy the temple, and by destroying the temple they think that I am killing their god.
Yes.
So they are also being cheated by the illusory energy?
Yes, they are being cheated. See, if you cut off the deity's hand, yes, I've cut their god's hand. So Krishna's hand is cut off? No, it's the marble you cut, you destroy it, not Krishna. Krishna, you cannot cut Krishna, nothing. It's a marble you have cut. So they were thinking that Muslim think like that. I've destroyed their God. The Christians, they're laughing. You are destroyed, not me. Because you remain in ignorance and suffer. But Kṛṣṇa is enjoying himself, playing his flute, dancing with his gopi friends. Does that disturb Kṛṣṇa from dancing? He's eternally dancing and enjoying himself. But a mad person is thinking, I destroyed their God. How you destroy their God? A foolishness. It is rather we are being destroyed because we are going to continue to stay here in the material world and suffer. Repeated birth and death. That is suffering. All right, thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai. Mādhavendra Purī Goswami ki jai. Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.